Are hurt, and a lot of questions need answering tonight after an apartment complex explodes in Denver. Good evening. Thanks for being here. I'm Teresa Marchetta.
And I'm Tom Mustin. Glad you're with us tonight. We've been bringing you updates from the moment that blast ripped through a building on Santa Fe near 4th Avenue. Denver 7's Jackie Crea begins tonight's team coverage for us. And Jackie, we understand investigators just wrapped up an update on what happened there.
Yeah, they did, and the big question still remains what caused this explosion and if anybody else is still trapped inside. This happened at 1:15. Xcel Energy just now was able to cut off the natural gas so that firefighters can get closer, and it's actually safer for them to search the rest of that rubble. And just in the last hour, we saw so many emotions. A woman was desperately looking for her cat, and it was found. They were reunited. Mayor Hancock also visited the site. Now people are watching and waiting, obviously on edge. This fourplex just completely demolished, turned to rubble. Buildings across the street were damaged, windows were shattered. Now this has been the scene out here for the last few hours.
Yes, we had one victim trapped that our firefighters removed, but again we are searching to and we hope we don't find any other individuals trapped inside of that rubble.
It was just the biggest, loudest boom I've ever heard. It shook me, it shook the building, it terrified everybody around here.
And that was a woman who owns a business just across the street. And I can tell you, we've talked to so many people who live in these few blocks located close to the explosion who thought it was their own home exploding because of the sheer impact and how intense it felt. Tonight, it's still unclear how many people will be affected with the natural gas outage, them having to cut the lines as they further investigate the cause of this. We'll keep you updated. We just got an update a few minutes ago, and we'll continue to update you online and in our newscast. I'm live for now. Jackie Crea, Denver 7.
Jackie, thank you. Now, this explosion, so powerful, it blew paintings right off the wall at a nearby gallery.
It also sent people pouring into the streets to help. Denver 7's Jason Grunauer joins us tonight with our coverage. And Jason, we understand you spoke with a man who rushed to the site.
Yes, and the people that live on this block described hearing this explosion in a variety of ways. It sounded like a massive shotgun blast, like a semi had driven into the front of one of the local businesses. One woman says it sounded and it felt like an airplane was landing on top of her roof, yet it didn't stop people from coming out here and trying to lend a hand and try to help out here. Check out this cell phone video taken by a witness showing the immediate aftermath of that blast. Now, the man who took it works at a business less than a block away. In it, you can see people kind of standing around, but also several going up in to help. Now, after this video stops, the witness went around the back of the home, he says through an alley, climbed over the rubble, and heard a voice.
We could hear a lady saying, "Help me." So we basically located her, and as soon as fire department showed up, we pointed them to the trapped individual.
He says fire crews were able to pull that woman out. It's unclear whether or not she was one of the several people ultimately taken to nearby hospitals for treatment. Denver 7's Connor Wist has been on monitoring all of that, including the people injured. She joins us live now. Connor, what's the latest?
Jason, I just spoke to Denver Health in the last 15 minutes, and they told me the person that was in critical condition here at Denver Health, that person has been transported now to University Hospital, but that other person that was transported is still being treated here at Denver Health. But originally, after that explosion earlier today, they were both transported to Denver Health. So that brings the total to 9 people injured so far. And Denver Health tells us some of the other people who are hurt on scene, they refused medical care. And Denver Fire says there are burn injuries and blunt trauma injuries from the force of that explosion. As of last check, Denver Fire said they did not have any children that were reported injured, but there are some possibilities that some of that shrapnel that could have been in that fourplex could have also caused some of these injuries. We are live. Connor Wist, Denver 7.
Connor, thank you. Now, this story is going to